Okay, you're welcome back to Heroic Academy. Please, this is just to look at the design of one of my students. He's having a problem with a wavy background and needed my attention. First and foremost, please, I've taken my time to go through your course and through your designs. I found out that there are a lot of things you did not do exactly the way I did them. Please, if you must learn from me and you know that you're a beginner, you must do things exactly the way you see me do them. Maybe later you can change it after you must have done it exactly the way you see me do them. Then eventually, if you want to modify them, you can do that later when you would have done everything I've done and gotten the same result. Then you can now decide to do your own modifications. Now let me show you some of the things you did not do exactly the way I did them. If you are trying to do some stuff by your own way without following my own instruction, you might get confused somehow when you get to a certain point. When the work starts becoming complicated, you are likely going to get confused, because for you, if you encounter error, for you to trace the error might be difficult because you did not follow my instruction exactly the way I did them. Hope you understand me now. So let me show you some of the things you did not do the right way, so that you have to redo all of them and do them exactly the way I did them, so that you can get the same result. At the end of following my example, you can modify it to suit you the way you want it. Let's go to your folder first. Let me close this. Let's go to your folder. This is your folder. Now let's compare your folder to my own folder. Let's see if the content of the folders are the same thing. So this is your folder. Now let me open my own folder from here. Yeah. So compare these two folders. I have images, you don't have images here. I have images here, you have images, right? Then I have CSS, but you place your CSS here. Okay, and you had an image here, you've actually added an image here. Okay, so you see, you didn't create a CSS folder for CSS. You left CSS here. It's still not a big issue anyway, but try to follow my instruction next time. So this one is done. Now let's look at styles. This is my style. Now this is your own style. Do you see that? Do you see? If you watch my style, you see I did not put any style here. Did you see any style here? So what is this doing here? You shouldn't put style here at all. It is not required here. Always follow my instructions. Okay, if you don't follow my instructions, you make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, you will not know how to correct the mistakes you made. You get me? And again, watch your CSS. It doesn't look smooth, it doesn't look organized. You see, it seems scattered to me. Watch my own. Do you see how organized my own is? It's easy for you to know the beginning and end of one, the beginning and end of the other. Do you see how organized it is? But look at your own. Do you see? Unless if you are used to this, but I don't know if you are used to doing it like this and they are okay with the way it is. If you're sure that you can cope with this, that's okay. But I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that I want people to do stuff the way I did them, so that if you want to trace error, it will be easier for you to do so. Okay. Then another thing here is, I found out that you did not do some of the things I did, and for me to begin to trace your work now, it will take me a long time to begin to trace all of them, to begin to organize them the way they should be. So I wouldn't organize them. What I'm going to do, what you have to do is I have to see if you can start over. You have to start this project again, and this time around, take your time to do it well. Do everything you see me do. Don't add your own. Do not add your own until you are done with this complete project. Okay, when you are done with the complete project, so that once you are done with it and it looks exactly like my own, that is when you will now modify it. Maybe you want to change the logo to your own logo, like this logo now. That is when you will do that. You see this button, you did not style it well. Okay, all these colors that you're adding, all this color, this stuff, all these things, you will add them later, not when you are still working. Any addition might confuse you because you are a beginner. I believe you are getting my point. You must do it exactly you see me, exactly the way I'm doing it. When you are done with what I've done, then you get the same result. Then you will now come back to modify it to suit you. I hope you understand it. It's very, very important for beginners. Okay, because one simple mistake will complicate issues for you. You will know how to begin to trace to get back to what you see me do. So I would strongly advise you to start this again. It will just take you a few days to finish. So start it again. And this time around, follow all my instructions. Okay, if I should show you another one, there's another one I detected that made me say no, I won't continue with this. There are a lot of things that you didn't do exactly the way I did them. That there's a container you left empty. Let me show you this container. I don't know why you left the container empty. I don't know if I can trace that again. You see, because your own is the stuff is not quite organized. Getting to something is usually quite difficult. I'm not used to styling my CSS like this, so tracing yours now is something else. Okay, but just know, let me not waste much of your time. I want you to do this exactly the way you see me do them. Okay, do not add your own for now. Do not add your own for now until you are done following my examples. Okay, when you are through with following my examples, then you will now come back and add your own. Okay, that is one. Another thing I want to tell you here is, while you are following, this is what I'm talking about. Do you see that you left this empty? This home image, you left it empty. Let me check it in my own, see how it is in my own. Let me search for it. Do you see how it is? I did not start this alone. I had to add this. I add description container comma dot home container, but yours, look at what you did. Dot home, you left it empty. So I don't understand where all these things are coming from. Okay, all these things contributed to you not getting the same result. Okay, so please take charge of this and get it solved. Okay, start over. It might be stressful to you, but you are learning. So you starting over, it's a kind of, when you start over, you learn new things. So start over, clean all this code, clean everything in this code, start everything over again. Okay, it's for your own best interest, and do them exactly the way you see me do them. Don't add, don't remove. Use the same images that I use, the same logo that I use, everything that I used. They call the same colors that you see me use. There's a reason for all this, so that when you make mistakes, it will be easy for you to correct. Okay, and one more thing, in the course of doing this, and if you encounter any issue, do not continue. Do not continue. When you encounter issue and you want to solve it, when you encounter issue like maybe you added a style and you did not get exactly the same result, first of all, you clear your cache, you try again. If it continues, then you might need to chat me. Okay, even if I didn't respond immediately, be patient. Okay, I will respond. So once I respond, I will solve the problem, then you continue. So if you ignore a small error to continue, that error might lead to more complicated error. So it becomes tasking to solve. I hope you understand. But when you encounter tiny error, you solve it. Then if you try to solve it by yourself, you couldn't, you struggle and you found out that you couldn't solve it. Then you chat me and you be patient. for me to solve it for you. Okay, thank you very much. So start over this time around. Take your time to do it well. Do it exactly the way I did it. Don't add, don't remove. Okay, thank you very much.